Rockstar has already told you who runs Leonida. Not in a leak, not in a rumor, in writing, on their own website, in the description of one of the 6 regions. Almost nobody noticed, and once you see it, the whole map reads differently. Because Leonida is not Los Santos. In Los Santos, you had one city and one gang war. Leonida has 6 regions, and each one runs on a completely different crime. So here is what this video actually is. Every gang people are talking about, sorted by one thing only: how much real evidence exists. Some of it is documented, some of it is a mural in a leaked build, and some of it is pure invention that keeps getting repeated as fact. Start with the one everyone knows, San4San, a Haitian street gang in a Vice City neighborhood called La Perle. La Perle is Rockstar's version of Little Haiti. The name is not decoration either. French colonists called Haiti La Perle des Antilles, the Pearl of the Antilles. Rockstar named a slum after the island's old nickname. The evidence for San4San is real, and it is specific. The name appears several times in the debug menu of the 2022 leak, listed among world events. There is a Haitian mural on a derelict warehouse in La Perle that reads S4S Life. And in the first trailer, a man at a car meet is wearing a San4San chain. So the gang exists. That part is settled. What people get wrong is everything they build on top of it. Although there is one detail in that evidence worth slowing down on. The name was not found in a mission file. It was in a list of world events. World events are the things that happen to you when nobody scripted them. A deal going wrong in a parking lot. A car following you for 6 blocks. If San4San is in that list, they are not a cutscene. They are something the map does to you while you are busy doing something else. Because the interesting part is not the gang, it is what it is modeled on. In 1990, Haitian immigrants in Miami founded a crew called Zoe Pound. And it did not start as a criminal organization. It started as protection. Haitian immigrants were being preyed on by organizations that had been in Miami for generations, and nobody was coming to help them. By the end of the 90s, that had turned into something else entirely. They moved onto the water. They boarded boats on the Miami River. They robbed ships bringing Colombian cocaine into the port and took it upriver. Think about what that means for a game. Not a gang that sells drugs on a corner. A gang that steals from the people who import them. That is a mission structure, not a background detail. Is San4San actually based on Zoe Pound? Rockstar has never said so, but the neighborhood, the nationality, the era, and the iconography all line up. I would not call that confirmed. I would call it very hard to explain any other way. Now the one with better evidence than San4San, that almost nobody ranks first. The Final Chapter Motorcycle Club. An outlaw club operating around Ambrosia, in the middle of the state. They are in the first trailer, riding through town. And here is the line I opened with. On Rockstar's own description of Ambrosia, they write that the local biker gang provides almost everything else. Everything the sugar refinery does not. That is not a fan reading a mural in a leaked build. That is the developer telling you, on the official site, who the local economy actually answers to. And the detail work goes deeper. Their patches date the club to 1982. One official screenshot shows a member whose jacket reads, Enforcer. In a real outlaw club, the Enforcer is the rank that handles discipline. Rockstar modeled the internal hierarchy, not just the jackets. Then there are the regions where Rockstar described the crime without naming a single gang. And this is where the guessing starts. Port Gellhorn is the one they wrote most bluntly. Rockstar calls it Leonida's Forgotten Coast. Cheap motels, shut down attractions, empty strip malls. And then they name the new economy that replaced tourism. Malt liquor, painkillers, truck stop energy drinks. That is not a cartel. That is rural American decay, written by someone who has actually driven through it. The keys are the opposite. Rockstar says the sleepy marinas sit on top of a long smuggling tradition. Long, meaning it was there before the story starts, and it will be there after. And then grass rivers, where I have to stop and correct something because I believe this one too. You have probably seen videos claiming an armed militia controls the swamp. Hunting alligators illegally, running guns on airboats, hiding from the environmental police. There is no evidence for that. Rockstar's description of grass rivers is hunting, fishing, and wildlife encounters. That is it. Alligators, not paramilitaries. But here's the part that makes this interesting instead of just wrong. The militia is not invented. It is in the wrong region. There is a 6th region almost nobody includes in these videos. Mount Kalaga, on the northern border of the state. Forests, canyons, rivers. Rockstar calls it wild, wild country, and their official description ends like this. In the lush surrounding backwoods, hillbilly mystics and paranoid radicals live far from the prying eyes of the government. Paranoid radicals, hiding from the government. That is the faction everybody has been describing. Rockstar wrote it down. They just put it in the mountains, not the swamp, which tells you something about how these theories spread. Somebody read a real detail, attached it to the wrong place, and everyone repeated the version that sounded better. Now the classic Vice City theories, and I'm going to be blunt about these. The Cuban-Haitian War coming back. Tommy Vercetti's old operation surviving as a laundering front. Italian families running the beach clubs. I understand why people want those. I want them too. But there is nothing supporting any of it. Not a mural, not a line in a debug menu, not a word on the official site. It is nostalgia wearing the costume of a leak. There is one more that sits in between. That San4San launders money through rap labels the way it happened in Miami. Nobody has shown a single screenshot of that. But La Perle is a Haitian neighborhood in a city built on music, and Rockstar has never once put a criminal economy on this map without a legal business sitting on top of it. So here is the ranking, by evidence and nothing else. Final Chapter MC, confirmed in Rockstar's own words. San4San, confirmed to exist. Zoe Pound as its model, almost certain but never stated. The Keys smuggling war, implied. The Radicals, real but in the wrong region. And the Vice City families, invented. Notice what that ranking is missing. Not one of these gangs has a confirmed name attached to a mission, a leader, or a single line of dialogue. We know who lives on this map. We do not know what any of them want. November 19th. That is when we find out how much of this holds. Until then, the honest answer to most gang questions about this game is that we do not know yet, and anybody telling you otherwise is selling you a guess with confidence attached. So ask them what I asked. Where is the mural? Where is the screenshot? Where is the line on the official site? And if I got one of these wrong, tell me in the comments because I would rather be corrected than repeat something invented.